Did you know that in the 70s and 80s, Africa and Asia were in a very pretty close, similar financial position? But then since then, Africa has received over 7 times more foreign aid than Asia. Yet, the difference between these two continents is astoundingly different. So what happened? You see, I was in Africa and I was talking to this PhD student and he was telling me why there is such a big difference between these two continents. So what happens is that, let's say that, our country in Africa is tearing up their rainforest and these, rich European countries are like, oh man, you're killing what are the lungs of the world. So what if we paid you $54 million to not tear up the rainforest? That's all you have to do. All you have to do is not tear up the rainforest. So then they donate this money every year, $54 million. And what happens is that once the government receives it, it just basically gets bankrolled into corruption. And when I say this, you got to understand, when I say it's all corruption, it's not like this is controversial. It's in the culture. If you literally go and talk to someone in government and, say, oh, are you stealing money? They just say, yeah, of course I am. It's cultural. It's like they think you're stupid if you're not. In fact, let's say that you're trying to mail a package out to the post office. Like if you want to mail it, and you want a rush order, you would have to pay an extra fee in order to get to that priority shipping. And they would even document it. They would call it tip. So imagine having to write down tip on the receipt at the post office. That's what corruption looks like. And it's so ingrained in the culture there. And so it just keeps getting torn up. The money just keeps getting taken and taken and taken, that by the time it hits the bottom, that money is effectively gone. It reaches to the tribes. They receive $57,000. They don't even know why that they're giving money, but they're like, okay, I got $57,000, and they continue tearing up the rainforest. Where does that money at the top go though? Well, it doesn't go into the country, because what happens is the people at the top send their kids out to study at foreign countries like in Europe and the United States. And they buy real estate in the United States and in Europe. So what happens is all the money that gets sent from foreign aid into Africa usually bounces right back out to these first world countries. And that's why all that money that, gets sent to Africa never really helps anyone.